It was the night of Christmas Eve, and Percy was delivering the last mail train for Christmas. He was getting ready to return to Titmouse Sheds when... "Here's a present for you," growled Diesel.
"Oh, thank you, Diesel," replied Percy. "A train full of scrap, just what I wanted for Christmas."
"Not for you," snapped Diesel. "It's for Arry and Bert. It needs to be delivered tonight. Take it with you on your way home."
"Fine," said Percy.
And with that, Percy set off into the cold night. As Percy chuffed towards the smelters, the wind became more chilly, and the rails became more icy.
"At this rate, I'll get an icicle on my nose," he grumbled.
Percy finally arrived at the smelters. The yard manager came up. "Move those trucks to the shed over there, then you're good to go home." So Percy shunted the trucks into place.
"Boo! Wow!"
Scared you. Arry and Bert had been hiding in the sheds.
"And a happy holidays to you, too," retorted Percy.
Percy wanted to leave, but he couldn't. There was trouble. "The points have jammed," said the yard manager. "You three will have to stay here for the night. We'd fix them now, but it's too cold out." "It's a shame you're stuck with us on Christmas Eve, Percy," sneered Arry, "because you have to deal with the Holiday Howler." "The what?" asked Bert.
"Oh, right. The Holiday Howler." "What's the Holiday Howler?" asked Percy.
"It's about the first diesel that was ever smelted on the island of Sodor. It was brought from the mainland on Christmas Eve, on a cold, windy night like tonight. But once the diesel was smelted, it began to haunt the works like many before it. And every year on Christmas Eve, when the wind is pounding and the air is freezing, the Holiday Howler appears and it takes the souls of little steamies like you."
"That's ridiculous," said Percy. "There is no such thing as ghosts. You just made the Holiday Howler up." And Percy moved as far back into the shed as he could, and before long he was asleep.
"Silly little engine," laughed Arry. "That story wasn't real, right?" whispered Bert. "Of course not, you dope. Now let's get to sleep too." And with that, he and Bert shut their eyes. A gust of wind had woken Arry and Bert. Percy was still sound asleep. "It sure is cold out," shivered Bert. "The wind doesn't help either," agreed Arry. Suddenly, there was a shrieking howl. "Ooh!" Percy woke up with a start.
"What was that?"
The snowflakes swirled in the air. They seemed to be forming a shape. The shape that looked like a diesel engine right in front of the three engines. "No, that's impossible."
It's
The Holiday Howler! Ooh! On Christmas morning, the three engines were caked from top to bottom with snow. A workman had come to fix the points, but Percy, Arry, and Bert did not move. They were too scared, for they had seen the Holiday Howler. Eventually, Percy plucked up the courage to return home, and he was able to enjoy the Christmas festivities. But when he told the other engines about what happened, they found the whole thing to be silly. Thomas and Rosie just laughed, and Toby said that it must have just been their imagination. For Percy, Arry, and Bert's sake, I hope Toby is right.